Bullying accusations behind a WWE star leaving, the full lineup of WWE's Wyatt6 faction revealed, and even more Bloodline plans. How many more members of the Samoan family are there? I'm Ollie Davis, and this is the WrestleTalk News. Support WrestleTalk! WWE Studios hasn't produced a fiction film since 2021's Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch starring animated sports comedy Rumble, which I never knew existed until this morning. But if social media teases over Backlash weekend are anything to go by, we're about to get your new favourite movie, CM Punk in Home Alone. Punk has revealed that, following his appearance on the kickoff show for Le Backlash on Saturday, he accidentally got locked inside a bathroom while trying to change out of his suit. By the time he got out, on a Saturday, remember, where most facilities and office staff wouldn't be working weekends, he found that everyone had gone home and he was locked in WWE headquarters all alone. Rather than quite easily call for help using his social media or, I don't know, the phone he's filming everything on, he embarked on a run of cheeky hijinks, like filming himself slapping an Andre the Giant statue on the crotch, changing Bruce Pritchard's name bar in his office to former WCW boss Jim Herd, the guy in charge when Kevin Nash had a Wizard of Oz gimmick, and sharing an image of a keycard-protected room called Executive Wellness. Either a fancy massage room for the C-suite, or where all the wellness policy piss bottles are hidden for part-time wrestlers. Punk claims he's still in WWE HQ and might just stick around for Raw nearby this evening. Please, 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 turn this into an Attitude Era-style brawl around Titan Towers with Drew McIntyre. But not everyone is prevented from leaving WWE. Some are actively encouraged. On the 3rd of May, WWE released another batch of wrestlers from the company. Most were obscure NXT names like Daryl Manson, Vlad Pavlenko, and Ezekiel Balagun, who were part of WWE's next-in-line talent scheme of signing promising college athletes and trying to turn them into pro wrestlers. It's a strategy that requires a large net. Place a lot of small bets and hope a handful pay off big. For the small ones that don't, though, release them as soon as you're able. But amongst the 3rd of May list were two more high-profile names. Olympic gold medal winning wrestler Gable Steveson, who had been signed with much fanfare back in 2021 but never really took to pro wrestling, getting "You're Not Angle" chants during his terrible count-out draw against Baron Corbin at NXT's Great American Bash last year, and Drew Gulak. Gulak had been recently accused of an uncomfortable backstage interaction by Ronda Rousey while she was promoting her new book. She alleged Gulak came up to her backstage at one show, someone she barely knew, and he grabs the string of my sweatpants as I'm walking by. Rousey says she confronted Gulak about it at the time and claimed it was part of WWE's toxic culture under Vince McMahon. Gulak himself responded. Backstage at a WWE event in 2022, I saw Ronda talking with a group in the hallway. I stopped to say hi and shake all their hands, and in an attempt to shake her hand, I accidentally touched her drawstring. Complete accident, and one that I had to apologize to her for the mishap. Ronda made her allegation in April, and Gulak was quickly removed from TV while WWE conducted an internal investigation. His no-quarter-catch crew faction on NXT, kayfabe implied they'd contracted Tony D'Angelo's family to take care of him. Paul Levesque was directly asked about Gulak's WWE departure at the post-show press conference for Le Backlash, where he explained, "We release talent all of the time. It's part of what we do. Can I say that he was released? He was not released. His contract was just not renewed." Contract just not renewed, coincidentally a month after Rousey had made her allegations. But according to Fightful Select and the Wrestling Observer, there was more going on behind the scenes. Gulak's contract was reportedly up for renewal next month anyway, so Levesque was being truthful about the company not deciding to re-sign him, rather than this being a release with cause. But apparently it wasn't because of Rousey's allegation against him. Although his public reply is said to have made things worse for him, it was because of his backstage conduct with younger talent. Gulak was reportedly labelled as a bully behind the scenes, who would repeatedly target real injuries that wrestlers were recovering from in their matches. One specific case had him re-dislocate an opponent's finger after that had already happened, and another saw him allegedly intentionally spike an opponent, which is wrestling lingo for someone landing directly on their head, which had him verbally reprimanded by NXT's coaching team afterwards, including NXT boss Shawn Michaels. The report claims Gulak would test talent to see how they would respond to it, and would later use intimidation tactics to stop them reporting incidents to management. This used to be commonplace in WWE as recently as the 2000s, where the company would unofficially use men like JBL and Hardcore Holly to see how tough the rest of the roster were, be a star. Hopefully this new era is doing all they can to stamp out the remnants of WWE's legitimate history of bullying, so new signees can come in and do bullying the way it should be done, as heels in kayfabe as part of a faction. When you were putting your Le Backlash predictions into WrestleLeague, you might have thought, wow, this card is predictable, and you would be right. Jade Cargill won her first WWE title and everyone else retained. Most people got clean sweeps on their predictions, myself included, so the premium live event had to find a different shock talking point. The surprise debut of Tanga Loa to join Solo Sikoa's New Blood faction. Yes, I'm still trying to make New Blood happen. Tanga Loa is the real-life cousin of Tama Tonga and the son of Haku. He used to wrestle in WWE as Camacho, but had been teaming with Tama in New Japan as the Gorillas of Destiny since 2016. And the reason his WWE return was so surprising is because he was still wrestling for New Japan up until very recently. According to Wrestling Observer Radio, Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa were actually signed by WWE at the same time months ago. But because New Japan only gave Tama Tonga a big send-off, nobody knew Tanga Loa was also leaving, which I'm not sure is a good thing, that everyone else just forgot about you. But for his WWE debut, Tanga hit the ground late. While the camera luckily missed it on the broadcast, fan footage has revealed Tanga Loa actually botched his very first spot in the company, where he was supposed to come out from under the ring and pull the referee out to break up a 3 count. He was about half a second late though, meaning the referee had to break up his own count and impressively poltergeist-style pull his own body away from the ring. Oh, goddammit, have I been saying Tanga Loa by the way? Because maybe I should be saying Tonga Loa. WWE has filed trademarks for both Tanga Loa and Tonga Loa, which could be them hedging their bets on what they'll call Loa, or perhaps Tama Tonga will get renamed to make the cousins tag team Tama and Tonga Loa. Whatever they're called, Solo's dad Rikishi is on board, posting "We the Bloodline emoji," and Bloodline emoji is the timeline, loads of money bags emojis. They beat up your other sons, Rikishi. Whose side are you on? Rikishi wasn't the only Bloodline-affiliated family member to post on social media following Tanga Loa's debut, though. Tama Tonga's real-life brother Hikuleo, if you're confused by how everyone's related, it's because it's really confusing. Watch my Bloodline Family Tree Explain video to understand it all, links in the video description below. Also posted, eyes-looking emoji! WWE have reportedly been interested in signing the legit 6'7" Hikuleo since 2023, but presumably didn't bring him in because that is a banned height. I'm being genuinely serious. Vince McMahon did not like the height 6'7". And even if you were 6'7", he would not bill you as such. What on earth did we live through? It's like waking up from a madman's nightmare. Hikuleo's New Japan deal will reportedly expire in June, meaning by the end of 2024, WWE's roster will be 87% of people related to Roman, with the remaining 13% affiliated to the next hottest faction.
Who's that Pokemon? It's
Nikki Cross.
Following Eric Rowan reportedly signing with WWE last week and numerous Easter egg teasers on TV, PW Insider claims they have the 5 names penciled in for the long-rumoured Wyatt6 faction, realising the creative vision of Bray Wyatt, who passed away before he could finish his Uncle Howdy Fiend storyline. These are said to be Bray's real-life brother Bo Dallas, pretty much revealed on Friday's SmackDown when a tease his wording of believe was spelled Bo-leave, Bo's old catchphrase, the previously reported Eric Rowan, and then Nikki Cross, Dexter Loomis, and an NXT call-up for Joe Gacy, who was spotted at WWE HQ last Friday, which usually foreshadows a main roster debut. Now you might be thinking, that's 5 members. A pretty odd number for a faction potentially called Wyatt6. Right now, there is no word on Bray's former partner, Alexa Bliss, who is currently off after giving birth. Perhaps the 6th member could be her eventual return, or a place at the table permanently kept vacant in memory of Bray himself. It's a huge month for movies, The Fall Guy, a Planet of the Apes film, and more. Watch Luke and Dan go through them all by clicking the video on the left.